Hello, I welcome all of you to this session. In this session, we'll be focusing how to prepare OS preliminary general studies paper. You see, general studies paper plays a vital role to become OS officer because the second paper is now qualifying one. So let's understand the syllabus of general studies, preliminary general studies paper. Okay, let's start. You just see we have three stages of examination ways, right? Three stages of examination. Like you can say first stage, second stage, and the third stage, right? Don't worry. Okay, first stage, second stage, and third stage. This is called preliminary test, PT. This is called main, and this is personality test, right? So you have to clear this PT, and finally you have to cross this PT also, personality test, viva's, or you can say interview, right? So anyway, in this lesson, we'll be focusing only this part. This is objective, right? Objective paper. So we'll be focusing this. In next lesson, we'll be focusing main, and finally we'll be talking about interview stage, right? So I'll wipe out this, I'll focus only this. You see, in preliminary part, we have two papers. We call this General Studies Paper 1, and this is General Studies Paper 2, right? Well, and together you can say this is Civil Service Aptitude Test, right? This is preliminary examination. Preliminary examination, preliminary test. Well, total marks here you will find 200 marks, here 200 marks, right? Total number of question 80 questions. This is 100 questions, right? And this paper, try to understand, this paper is qualifying by nature. So please remember this is qualifying. I will be dealing this paper, no issue. Qualifying paper. That means you have to score only 33%, right? 33%. Means out of 80 questions, you have to correct 26.5, just round it, 27, right? So if you're having 27 questions correct, then you got this paper, you qualified this paper. Then only this paper, General Studies Paper 1, which is very important because if you qualify this paper, then you'll be writing or you'll be getting passport to write main examination, right? I hope this is clear. And this paper actually very important. Now I'll talk the syllabus. Actually, the paper 1 syllabus is here, right? This is General Studies Paper 1 syllabus. I will explain. But now I am going to focus few minutes for this paper, right? What is there in this paper? Actually, you'll be getting passage, right? Usually they ask 20 questions, passage. Suppose math, SCF, LCM, percentage, time and work, time and distance, or you can say you can say train related questions, right? So 15 around questions coming here, and reasoning, for example, reasoning 20 questions, puzzles, you can say direction test, like that. So all kinds of reasoning coming here, and DI, data interpretation, 5 to 10 questions, and decision making, suppose rest, right? Total number of question 80. I hope you got this point. Total number of question 80, right? And you have to correct only 27. I hope this is clear. No need to be very panic. Don't take any tension. This is qualifying paper. The real test is here. This is General Studies Paper 1. I have mentioned the syllabus here, and now I am going to explain in details. So please focus what I am telling here. You just see, we have many things. Why this is called general studies? Because general studies means In general, they will be asking questions. In everyday life, what's happening? Maybe politics, history, geography, economics, environment, current affairs, what's happening around the world. They are going to ask you, right? So let's understand each of them. Current events, right? Current events, they will be asking national and international importance. They may be asking local things also, national and international things, international events, right? In current affairs, you have to follow any standard magazine, or you can follow also Times of India or Hindu newspaper or Indian Express, any standard newspaper. Many people follow the Hindu, so you can read the Hindu. Even also Odia newspaper is helpful, like the Samaj, right? So for this, you should follow the Hindu, right? Which was founded in 1878. No issue. Even Times of India or Indian Express, even also the Samaj, right? So the Samaj newspaper, you may follow this, right? And mostly you can say current events. I will tell also how many marks are coming, right? From history of India, you should follow NCERT, no doubt. NCERT is must, but when time is very less, 3 to 4 months left for exam, then do not go for NCERT, because if you have time, right, then you should follow NCERT books, right? Okay, if you follow 11 and 12 NCERT for history, it's okay. History and geography you may follow, right? Provided you have time. If you have no time, then go for spectrum, spectrum modern history. Do not go for spectrum modern history, right? Focus only modern, because most of the questions are coming from modern only, right? And 1 or 2 questions from ancient and medieval. So you can go for any standard GK book, right? Now we'll be focusing. You just see in this history paper, Indian national movement, like you can say non-cooperation movement, Quit India movement, civil disobedience movement, Simon Commission. So many things are there, right? August offer. So we'll be focusing more on Indian national movement, because it clearly mentioned Indian national movement. So most of the questions from history section asked generally from Indian national movement, right? Now, India and world geography. You can follow Majid Hussain, Professor Majid Hussain, right? India and world geography. Also, you can follow NCERT, but 11, 12, right? Because time is very less in your hand, only 3 to 4 months. But if you are preparing for 2019 next year, then you can follow standard 6 to 12, all NCERT books, history, geography, science, everything, no issue. But you have less time, so that's why I say follow only 11, 12 history, geography, NCERT, right? And economic and social development, you can follow, uh, actually you should follow budget, recent budget, survey, right? For this, you may follow NCERT, micro and macro, right? And also schemes, important schemes of Government of India and Government of Odisha also you should follow, right? After that, Indian polity and governance, you should focus M. Lakshmikant book. Only one book. Don't purchase DD Basu right now, because in Odisha Administrative Service, in preliminary part, they focus mainly this book, Lakshmikant book, M. Lakshmikant, very beautiful book, right? And here you have to focus more on Panchayat Raj. Every year, at least 1 or 2 questions are coming from this, you can say, Panchayat Raj, like committees, Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, Ashok Mehta Committee, GBK Rao committees. There are so many committees, 3-tier Panchayat system, 73rd and 74th Amendment, right? We have different lessons you can watch. So I am just explaining. In environment, you can follow PD Sharma, PD Sharma, and solve as many as questions possible, right? And also newspaper is very helpful in this section. For general science, you may follow any standard GK book. Any standard GK book. Again, I am telling, when you have less time, 3 to 4 months only, do not go for NCERT general science, standard 8, standard 9, standard 10, standard 11, 12, biology, physics, chemistry. No need to study because you have very less time. So you should do MCQ, right? Multiple choice questions, and you can read science portion, especially human system and everyday science from any standard GK book. There are number of magazines, number of GK books in market. You can follow one of them, right? Read efficiently, carefully study, and definitely you can do very well, right? So these are the things. Now I am going to segregate the mark, right? From history section, current affairs. Okay, I will start from geography. Okay, geography is here. Geography, from geography, 15 questions are asked. Generally, from history, 12 to 15 questions. Current affairs, 10 plus, around 10, 10 plus, right? Economic, 7 to 8 questions. Indian polity, 15, around 15. Environment, 15. Okay, rest is a general science. So, for general science and current affairs, you can study separately. But from static portion like history, geography, and environment polity. Please remember, for history, geography, environment polity, you should focus more. What I mean to say, for history, I will explain again. For static portion, right? You see here, you should focus more on static part, geography, history, especially modern, right? Then environment and polity. And around 60 questions are coming from these 4 sections. After that, you should focus general science, economics, and current affairs. I do not say that you should neglect this part, but this is very, very important starting portion, right? So focus more on this. After that, read current events, right? Practice MCQ, economics for economic scheme, right? For general science, any standard GK book you can follow. Then I am damn sure you'll score very good marks, right? And out of 100 questions, try to score at least 60 questions correctly. 60 questions means 120 marks. Then you'll be writing. Then you'll be writing main examination, right? So I hope you got this point. And if you have any doubt, you can write in comment box. Wish you happy learning, happy preparation. Thank you very much. All the best.